so let's stay. We've gotten that now. We've tried to be disciplined, and the rules are clear. One typical problem we have with small businesses and family businesses in Nigeria is what I would say inexperience. Many of us want to get into a business, but the experience is not there. How, they tell you write a business plan and this. I don't even know the business yet. I'm not used to business yet. It's a little business. At the end of the day, many people say, look, just go and get a job and move on with life. Entrepreneurship is not easy. What is the key?
I think I have a book on entrepreneurship also. It's called An Entrepreneur's Diary. I think what I recommend to people is that spend at least say you're straight out of a college, right? So you got some business degree or whatever you did. Spend 5 years at least working for somebody who runs a good business. So go work for a multinational company or a national company or something who have got systems and processes and so on. Go work for 5 years. After that, you go and set up your own business if you want to do that. Meanwhile, while you are working for them for 5 years, also think about a new business, how to do it and so on and so forth. But go work there and then come back. That way, you get disciplined, you learn some systems, you learn how to operate with people and so on and so forth. To start straight into a business, I'm not saying everyone fails, of course they won't, there will be success stories will be there, but as a rule generally it is a good idea to go work for somebody for a while and then come back, which gives you at least some experience of how to run a business.
Oh, excellent.
We want to ask, in the face of the global Islamophobia, as we call it sometimes, how do you see the success of Islamic products, from Islamic banking, Islamic fashion, Islamic products? Are they growing? What's the impact that the whole negative atmosphere, so to say, doing to Islamic products?
I personally have an issue with this term Islamic.
Okay.
Because I think the term Islamic is applied to all kinds of things where it is not necessary. Right? Applied to where it is required. Now, for example, Islam is a good idea, is a good example. Islamic banking. My point is, what is Islamic banking? Islamic banking is, first of all, zero interest banking.
Yeah.
Take a global economy, if you look at bank interest rates, and if you ask somebody, which is good, high interest rate or low interest rate? They will say low interest rate.
Sure.
Low interest rates powers the economy, right? Yeah. So if low interest rate is good, then zero interest must be the best. Right? Yes. So why must you put the term Islamic into it? There's no need. So you talk about zero interest banking, you talk about equity participation, you talk about venture capital. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So many times what happens is unnecessarily you give something the kiss of death by giving it a name. There's no need. What is the need for that? Because, for example, the biggest point is Islamic banking products. Are we restricting them only to Muslims? No. So if you are not even restricting it to Muslims, why call it Islamic?
Why are you branding it?
Why are you branding it? I think it's an issue of bad branding. There's no need for this branding. Right? Similarly, Islamic fashion, this, that. Fashion is fashion. So if you are promoting, turbans and thobes and hijabs and so forth, and if a non-Muslim person says, this looks very nice. This happened to me. I was in America. I was in Bradford airport, and I was dressed like this. And a lady came to me, she said, whoa, I was Sultan, Sultan. So I said, not yet, find me a country. So I said, find me a country, I'm ready. Find me a country, I'm
ready to do the Sultan.
I'm ready to do the Sultan work. So, and the point is that if you want to promote fashion, promote fashion. So I think many times, I'm not saying the term Islamic, never use it. I'm saying think about where you're using it.
Yeah.
Is it really a place where you need to use this Islamic? So if that is not the case, there is no need. Promote the world. In my experience of now, I've been working and consulting for almost 40 years in multiple countries. My experience is very simple. People look finally at the product. What is it that you're delivering? Is it a service? Is it a product? If it is that, then they look to see what do I get from this. That's it, period. If I like what you are giving me, if it benefits me,
end of story.
I enjoy it. End of story. I don't care whether you are Muslim or this or that, you got horns in your head or you got a beard or no beard, who cares? Right. I am interested in what you are giving me. If you are giving me a great product, fantastic. Take this cameras for example. Now Canon. I'm also a photographer. I love photography, and my camera is a Nikon. Right. So now I'm saying Canon or Nikon. I get a brilliant camera. Do I worry about, is this made by a Muslim company? Is Nikon an Islamic company? I don't care, man. I'm buying the camera. Period. So I'm saying this is something we need to focus on and say, let us give the world world-class global quality products and services. Period. Then it will come back the other way around. People will say, buy from them because they are Muslim. You say, well, what's the religion got to do with it? No, religion has got to do with it because these people are Muslim, they do things right. This is how it will come back around, inshallah. Let me give you a live example. In South Africa, I told you I go there every year. In South Africa, during the apartheid regime, white man is there, the black man and the Indian man and whatnot, all the non-whites are, down below. Christian government. Muslims did not legally, officially Muslims did not have to take an oath in court when they were brought as witnesses. The Christian man in a Christian country, the white Christian government had to put his hand on the Bible and swear to speak the truth. But a Muslim man who was never a white man, he was always a black man, he did not have to do that. And they said, why? He said, because Muslims do not lie. They don't need to take an oath because Muslims always speak the truth. This was the system in South Africa. Sadly, today that's not the case because Muslims tell a lot of lies. So I think this is where we have to present Islam in terms of how we work, how we act, what we do, where it will come back around and say, people will say, buy this camera from this guy because he is a Muslim. You might say, well, how does that matter? No, because he will not deceive you.
You can trust him.
You can trust him. He is a man who is honest. I think this is where it must come around. Instead of saying Islamic, 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 and then when you see, it's giving you all kinds of stuff which is not Islamic in any sense.
Yeah. Interesting.